By now, you've probably seen the surveillance footage in Michael Irvin's defamation lawsuit. You may have noticed that there were 3 eyewitnesses who were sitting at a table during the interaction in question, and we've actually heard from 2 of those 3 witnesses. You've heard from Bryn at the press conferences, and even on this channel, he appeared and allowed me to interview him. You've also heard from Phil at those press conferences. But what about that 3rd eyewitness who was there? We have yet to hear from him. But in this video, we will review highlights from the confidential investigation report concerning eyewitness number 3, Joe Manuel. Let's take a look at highlights of the confidential investigation report concerning eyewitness number 3, Joe. The investigator called Joe shortly after the incident in question to conduct a phone interview with him. He started off the conversation by introducing himself and asking if it was okay to record the conversation.
Hello.
Is this Joe?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Joe. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm an investigator working with Steve Mandel on this matter, just trying to find out some facts. Is it okay if I record this call?
Yeah, absolutely.
Next, the investigator gathered some background details about the witness.
Real quickly, just a little background. Where are you from?
I live in California, Half Moon Bay. I'm a co-founder of No Filter Network. We got media credentials for this week. We're broadcasting from what used to be called Radio Row all week. And I flew into Arizona to set up the team. And I was staying at the Renaissance for the couple of days I was there.
And you say you're a co-founder of what company?
No Filter Network.
No Filter Network. And that's just a media outlet?
It's a video streaming company. So we compete with Twitch and Yahoo and stuff like that.
The witness then described arriving at the bar with the 2 other eyewitnesses, Bryn and Phil.
When you got there, who were you with? You with Bryn, you said?
Yeah, Bryn Davis and his partner Phil. I'm not sure what Phil's last name is. Phil's visiting from Australia.
And you guys went in, were you sitting at the bar, you sitting at the table?
Yeah, so there's right next to the bar, adjacent to the bar, there was a high top table with four spots. It's right, it's close to the actual lobby, I guess, adjacent to the bar, but I guess it's part of that bar area.
Okay.
And there's, I guess there's like 6 seats, maybe 8 seats, but so we just sat at the end of it. It was just the 3 of us grabbing a drink at a time.
The investigator then continued to probe a little bit for other potential witnesses.
And how busy was the bar at that time?
Wasn't crazy busy. I don't know, maybe, I'm trying to think, like on our side, there was probably a dozen people. But, so I'd call it 20 to 30 people maybe.
So
maybe
percentage-wise, is that like 50% full, half full, quarter full?
Yeah, a third to half full maybe.
Okay. And do you recall how many waitresses or bartenders were working?
There was 2 bartenders and at least 1 waitress going back and forth.
And do you know who the waitress was?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
And do you happen to recall any of the bartender waitresses' names?
No.
Okay, no problem.
Then the investigator asked Joe to describe the point at which he first noticed Michael Irvin at that bar.
At what point did you observe, anything, Mr. Irvin, or anything happening related to Mr. Irvin?
Yeah, we were sitting down, so I was facing Bryn and Phil with my back to the lobby towards the bar, and I looked over and I said, hey, there's Michael Irvin. And he was standing behind us, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 feet.
Was that inside the bar or in the lobby?
Inside the bar. Yeah, inside the bar. So we called our waitress over, and we said, hey, can you offer a drink to Mr. Irvin? She says, oh, really? Who's that? And so I said, oh, again, he's a TV personality, football Hall of Famer, played for the Dallas Cowboys. And she said, oh, okay, great. So she goes over and, says, hey, these gentlemen like to buy you a drink. And he turned around, looked at us, and says, oh, man, thanks, fellas. I'm good. I'm not drinking. I got a big day tomorrow.
The witness then described his conversation with Irvin at the bar, during which Irvin shared his prediction of who would win the Super Bowl.
He came over to talk to us, and we asked him about who he thought was going to win, and we got into it a little bit. He kind of surprised us because he said Philly was going to win. We thought, being an NFC Dallas guy, he wouldn't be cheering for Philly, but he told us why he thought Philly was going to win.
The witness then shared his insight into why Irvin may have asked them to step outside of the hotel lobby to go ahead and take that photo together.
Then we said, hey, would you mind taking a picture with us? And he's like, yeah, but let's just step outside if that's okay. And my guess is, I'm used to working with athletes and celebrities, so like, I don't want to make a scene. Let's go outside, grab a quick shot so that he's not staying in the lobby taking pictures for 40 people who don't know who he is.
The witness then described walking back inside with Irvin, which we can see from the hotel surveillance video that Marriott has already produced.
So we stepped outside, walked around the corner, just down the left. There's sliding doors. We stepped outside, took a picture, and I have that picture with the timestamp was at 11:08 p.m., which, if you want, I could send to you.
Yep.
So I have an actual, it has with iOS and now with Apple, it gives you the timestamp and actually gives you the precise location of where we were. And then there was another, I'm not sure if it was the same couple, but there was another couple that came and we took another picture with them and he was being very gracious. And then, then I saw him walk back inside and we're like, wow, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool.
The witness then said that he saw Irvin talking to someone else, but that he could not really remember if it was a man or a woman, and described the interaction as lasting only between 15 to 30 seconds long.
I saw him talking to someone else in the lobby. And
man or woman?
I don't know, I don't recall. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing too obvious there. But again, it's Michael Irvin, there's people, everyone was coming up to him and saying hey and all that. But I didn't see him talk to anyone for more than 15, 20, 30 seconds at that point.
The investigator then asked Joe, the witness, what Irvin's demeanor was that night during his interaction with him and whether he appeared to be under the influence.
And when you engaged with him and talked to him, what was his demeanor? What was his? Did it seem like he was under the influence of anything? What's your assessment of that?
No, I think he was. I don't know. Maybe he had a drink prior to when he came to the bar, but he was just funny. He was well spoken, and he was energetic. But kind of how you see him on TV, I remember thinking, wow, this is what you see is what you get. He wasn't putting on an act. Yeah, no, I thought he was great. He didn't seem intoxicated or wasn't talking in a slurred manner or anything like that.
Okay.
After some additional prodding by the investigator doing an excellent job getting the facts out, Joe, the witness, remembered seeing Irvin interacting with another female employee who we now know was Irvin's accuser, Jane Doe.
And did you see him interact with any female other than the waitress when the waitress came up and offered him the drink that you guys bought him?
So there's this other woman it's funny, after the woman asked me who that was, there was another woman, and so I stayed at the hotel and I saw her the day after as well. And I remember her, she had like short hair, sleeve tattoos on both arms.
According to Joe, Jane Doe appeared to be a manager of some type, which is contrary to what a lot of people have been saying, thinking that she was a waitress or a bartender. It now looks like she was an actual manager.
I saw her behind the bar, but she wasn't working as a bartender per se. I think she was more she looked like she was management.
Joe then suggested that Jane Doe started her conversation with Irvin after she found out that he was someone famous.
I remember Michael talking to her for a few minutes, but it's kind of after she found out that he was someone famous, I think I don't exactly know if she went up to him or it kind of felt like I kind of interpret it as, now that she knows he's a celebrity and she's management, she's going to go up and say, is everything okay? Can I do something for it? Something like that, right? But again, that was a really quick interaction as well. I didn't make much of that.
The investigator then prodded Joe to try to remember whether Jane Doe or Irvin started that conversation.
And you don't know how that conversation started?
I'm not sure if she approached him but she was behind the bar, so she would have come out around the bar and maybe said hi to him or something. But I don't people were just going up to him all the time, so it wasn't. I didn't make much of it.
Joe, the witness, then explained after Irvin's interaction with his accuser, they stayed for at least 20 minutes at the bar after that interaction, and everybody seemed cool, like nothing out of the ordinary had just happened.
I mean, the day after, the thing is, after Michael left, everybody was cool. It's not like we were, we stayed and finished our drinks. We may have another one after that. We were there for at least another, 20 minutes, half hour, I'd say. And it's not like if anyone was offended, we certainly didn't notice that from staff or from any other employees.
Joe goes on to explain that the following evening, he and his work colleagues actually went back to that bar.
And then the next night, much busier the next night, Monday night.
Joe said that there were two male bartenders, the female bartender who had served them the night before, and then it sounds like what he is saying is that Jane Doe was also there working as well.
I was around 5 o'clock and saw pretty well the same staff there. More bartenders, was two male bartenders, one female bartender who served us, and the same woman with the sleeve tattoos was there as well.
As you'll hear, Joe says that the Jane Doe employee has a conversation with his business partner, and he points out that she did not seem distraught in the least.
And the same woman with the sleeve tattoos was there as well, and she had a conversation with my business partner, but very pleasant, very nice. Certainly not anyone who's distraught.
The investigator then asked Joe whether any of the employees asked him about Irvin's interaction with the accuser from the night before. According to Joe, his server remembered him from the night before, and everything was business as usual.
And no one mentioned anything the second night. So you didn't see anything or anybody talk about anything the first night, and the second night no one brought up anything as well?
No, not at all. And actually the young waitress that asked me who that was came up to me and said hi to me. Hey, how's it going? Like she was very, very nice and all that. So yeah, the complete opposite of anything going wrong. She remembered me from the night before. So yeah.
Okay.
If you like this video and you don't want to miss any of my updates on this case, make sure to hit that subscribe button below and turn the bell notification icon on. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.